Okay guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Now today I have got the updated ARK 2 dino list for you guys of everything that we know so far which is coming to the second game. Now I am getting more and more excited, and I think recently a lot more because Wildcard said that we're going to be getting a roadmap next month, which is, well, in March, which is going to give us like everything from the franchise, where we are and stuff, and I'm hoping that's going to give us some form of release dates for stuff because, you know, it's been the ongoing thing for a while. What is ARK 2's release date? But I thought this would be a good video to keep you guys, when Wildcard like sort of update loads of new ones, I like to put it into one big video building up to the second game. So I hope it does help you out. As always, if it does, make sure to smash that like button. Supports the channel as always. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and let's get on with the video. So as you guys can see on the screen, this is the most recent announcement in the last video that I did. We got the Carnotaurus. Now, I did say Carnosaurus, and I've called it a Carnosaurus for years, and I don't know why. Ever since a kid, I've always called it a Carnosaurus. I know it's Carnotaurus, right? I don't even know if I pronounced that right, but yeah, as a kid, you know, and things just stick with you. That's pretty much what this has done. So I have to change my ways now. Like years and years later, like 10 years later, I'll finally get used to that. So this is the new Carno. This is the concept. Some of them we've got like the in-game trailer type thing. But for a lot of the other ones, it's just the concept art. But also, one thing I did mention in my last video was, is this a Microraptor? Because I've actually said I think this is a Microraptor announced, but I think I'm wrong, because a lot of people did actually say to me, Dom, this is the Raptor that we saw in the first trailer. This isn't a Microraptor. This is just how big the Carno is going to be to the other Raptor so far. So I'll leave this up to debate to you guys. It does look a lot of people say it's like a Raptor as well or something, and that's going to be the one that's in ARK 2. So, and when I kind of look at it a bit closer in like full screen like this, I see what you guys mean. I think you are right. We are going to look at the Raptor a little bit later on, and then we can go back to this and compare. But the Carno has been announced for the game, and it looks really, really cool. Now, next up, we have the Stego. Now, the Stego was announced a couple of weeks ago. By the looks of things, Wildcard have been doing these dino concepts for ARK 2 like every 4 weeks. Well, that's what the first one was. We got this concept, and then they said they're going to be doing it like on a kind of week by week basis type thing, or like every 2 weeks. But by the looks of things, it's actually like every 4 weeks. But we'll know the roadmap by the next time, which for me, I think it's just the biggest thing than everything. I just want to know what's going on, and it's not just the ARK 2 roadmap, it's the entire franchise. And I do feel like as a community, it's going to be great for us to see what the plan is, just so you know what's coming up, you know, rather than being left in the sort of, you know, just not knowing what's going on. But this was the Stego. Looks, you know, pretty cool. Standard Stego. Didn't think this was going to look, I mean, I'm just looking forward to what they're going to look like in game. I feel like when you see concept art like these, they look really cool. They're exciting, but it's nothing than seeing like an in-game like trailer or something, is it? Or some gameplay. And that's what we're meant to be seeing sometime soon, Wildcard. Where is the gameplay? But then, yep. This is a one which, for me, I was really glad that a lot of you guys said you remember from years and years. I said the Brachiosaurus was in the first ARK 1 trailer, literally since 2020, the end of 2020 when we first got it. I said that is a Brachiosaurus. It is now 2023, and we finally found out. If you guys would have told me someone could see into the future in 2020 and see I wasn't going to get an announcement whether it was a Bronto or a Brachiosaurus not 3 years later, but 2.5 years later, I would not have believed. Well, would I have believed you? Yeah, I would have actually. This is how long things take in the ARK community. But I was really glad to see these announced. I feel like having a Brachiosaurus in ARK, you can't go wrong, can you? We all have love for the Brontos, but seeing an updated, really awesome Brachiosaurus, like in a lot of the films like Jurassic World and stuff, is going to be great to see it in ARK. Now, the fourth one was the kind of first concept we saw in a long, long time. This was back in November, where Wildcard said gameplay is coming up next in November. It is now February, like late, coming up to late February 2023. But the Ankylosaurus concept, so this is another dino confirmed for ARK 2. So it's good to see we're getting a lot of the standard old school dinos coming back, you know, like from the beginning of the first game. It's going to be primitive. That's what we've always been told. And yeah, good to see this returning. And then we just went for it. You know, this is a full roundup. We've all seen this. Millions of people have seen this. The trailer's got like 5 million views on YouTube. It is the old-fashioned Rex. You know, I actually think it's probably reached to millions, even more millions than I even said. That was just this trailer. And I think everyone knows the Rex is always going to be starring. You probably could have said that without even an announcement before in the past. And yeah, so that is the Rex. Now, you can also see some flyers in the background that look like pteranodons. They are another one that we will talk about later that are going to be coming to the game. Pteranodons have already been announced too. So obviously the Rex is going to be awesome. And if you haven't seen my like ARK 2 leaked armor sort of video, there's going to be different types of armors that you can put on your Rex, and it looks amazing. And then this is where I think I have to say, I think you guys are right. When you look at this, obviously we found out Raptors were returning, and they're a new and improved version of the Raptor. And I think when you actually do look at this Raptor again, and you see that it's got the feathers, like, you know, he said with the Utahraptors and stuff, you see the arms, you know, and you compare it, and then we go all the way back to the Carno. I think you guys are right. A lot of people, I was so adamant it was a Microraptor, and I wasn't changing my mind. And then when I came around to do this video and you really look into it, then I do think that is the exact same as this Raptor, right? Yeah, I'm sure it is. But I hope that means that Microraptors aren't coming back. You guys know I didn't even give the Microraptor a single bit of love. I said I don't want it in the second game. I do not want Troodons in the second game. I'm not just saying I want the game to be easy. You will want the game to be hard. But I just can't stand Microraptors. That's just my place. But yeah, and then so there's Raptors, and then we got the Dodo. You saw it in the trailer, guys. Dodo's got a return, hasn't it? And as you can see, it's it's holding onto from the trailer Survivor's arm, or well, bones with the implant on it there, which was really cool from the trailer. And then how could I nearly forget the Chameleon? So a lot of people have actually forgotten about this one over time. So the Chameleon was the first thing we ever saw anything related to ARK 2, and it is actually you can see it for like a few seconds right at the beginning, and it was cooling, and obviously it can camouflage and everything, and it hasn't been talked about for a while. So I always like to remind you guys that this is in the first ever trailer. You cannot forget about the Chameleon. And then we had, I think this is the last one to finish it off, we have the Pteranodons. Now this and I feel like there looks like, I mean, unless it's just another Pteranodon like towards the left, I'm sure that is, but yeah, so these got announced right again in the early trailer. And as you also be able to see in the background, I've made plenty of videos on this. That was where I first said that is definitely the Brachiosaurus in the background. I just thought there's no chance with, you know I couldn't say 100% without confirmation from Wildcard, but you know, when you've known dinosaurs a long time, I'm not saying I'm any expert whatsoever, but Brachiosaurus is one that takes me back to being young, and I just know a Brachiosaurus when I see a Brachiosaurus. So yeah, and it was cool to see it announced. So if we do a little recap there, guys, we have the Pteranodon, we have the Chameleon, we have the Dodo, we have the new and improved Raptors, or they could just be different Raptors, like everyone has been saying. Then we have the Rex, we have the Ankylosaurus, we have the Brachiosaurus, we have the Stegosaurus, and we have the Carno with what looks like to be the Raptor again shown in the photo or the concept art. So pretty cool. It's nice to update it, and especially when you've got a bunch of new dinos to add to these types of videos. I'm just excited for the roadmap. As soon as I get that roadmap in March, a video will be coming to you instantly. It will most likely be in a community crunch on a Friday. Can't wait to see what the future holds, and it just means that we're not going to be sitting around just not knowing what's going on, and I think that's why I'm so excited. Thank you for watching though, guys. I hope this has kept you up to date. Drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video very soon.